Hey, what's up you guys? It's Aaliyah. I am here today doing a little video tutorial on how I do my Marley twists. These are butt crack length, standard 3-part Marley twist basically. I do these all the time and I really love this protective style, and I made a TikTok about it and some people were asking me for a tutorial, so here is everything you need to know about my Marley twist. It really lasts until you want to take it out, to be honest. This is a style where if I'm not feeling like myself, if I'm feeling out of it, I'll just put it in and I'm back. We're so back. That $2 lip gloss works right every time. I got a comment a couple times on my TikTok asking me for a tutorial on my Marley twist. I have done this style probably like 5 to 6 times at this point. I really love this style for protective style. I noticed it really doing great things for my hair. But I just want to show you guys how to do this style because I got this really nice comment on TikTok asking me for a tutorial, and she said that she's just now learning how to do her hair. And girl, I have definitely been there and just feeling kind of confused, and I was kind of tired. The real reason why I started doing Marley twists is because I was really tired of just feeling like I was going against my hair and I was trying to force my hair to do what I wanted it to do versus what my hair wanted me to do, if that makes any sense. I feel like if you're a black girl, you can understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, I just want to make this tutorial for you guys because it is an amazing protective style. It lasts for so long and it's one of those styles that looks better aged. I want to make doing my hair something I can look forward to versus something that is annoying and tedious for me to do. So I like laying everything out really neatly first. So I'm going to show you guys everything you're going to need to do this style as comfortable as possible. These are all the physical products I use to do my hair. This is the Aunt Jackie's half and half soaking milk. I can spray this like one time on my hair and it's literally conditioned for like 3 days. Like, it's awesome. This stuff is literally just oil sheen. I spray this down on the hair as I'm detangling it, and I will also spray it at the very end just to give it that glossy look. This stuff is literally just the conditioner I use when I condition my hair in the shower. I don't really touch this too much, but if there's a particularly thick section that the conditioning milk just can't get through, I'll put like a tiny bit of this on my hands. This is Maury's beeswax. This is what I use as a replacement to gel now. This stuff, when it breaks down in your hair, it doesn't leave as much buildup as gel does, and it also feels a lot better on my hair texture. My hair, I would call it like 4B, 4C texture. It's very, very coily, but it does have, I don't really know. I don't know how to describe my hair, but yeah. Now this is the real meat and potatoes right here, okay? This is how I divide up the hair that I get, and this is the brand. It is by Janet collection, and it is the Afro twist braid, and I most of the time always get it in a color 2 just because I know that will match my hair very, very nice. You see this ×6 on the packages? That means that 6 of these bundles come in there. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. Just going to cut that part off right there. I break each of these little bushel things in the rubber band into 4, and 2 of those can do a twist. So each one of these is 2 twists for me. And in total I do around like 19 to like 22 twists, and it's anywhere up in that range just depending how I bricklay the back. But today I did pre-part my hair. Thankfully it is pretty conditioned because I was conditioning it as I was pre-parting it, but I did film my pre-parting process, but my phone actually ran out of storage and it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing, girl. I don't want to talk about it, but I will show you guys how I pre-parted my hair. Can you guys see? Can you guys see? Okay, so this is how I pre-parted my hair. We do a brick lay in the back, starting with 2 twists here. I part using my fingers and my nails and a little bit of the half and half conditioning milk. I make sure to never pull or tug on my hair. I always really take my time and just kind of do what my hair wants me to do, not breaking it or anything. So I brick lay the entire back up to this line of my ears, and then I take this part and I part down until I get to the middle. And in total, I think I have around like 21 twists on my head right now. Also, I have two cherry cola Celsius. These are my favorite drink in the world. If you know me, you know I drink these like water. But I really like having an energy drink before I do it, kind of like a pre-workout type vibe. Speaking of pre-workout, this style is so good for the gym. Oh my god, as a person that will not put in a style if it's not gym and just life appropriate, I don't do it. That's one of the reasons why you guys won't really catch me wearing lace fronts like that anymore, just because I realized if I want to like have fun in life, if I want to like go to the beach or go on a run, I have to like put something on over it, or it is like lifting up and it just looks so ridiculous and it's like really embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like there's something really embarrassing about lace showing for me that is just not worth it to me anymore. Like best believe I will be in like a hard front bang wig, like you will catch me like that, but you probably won't catch me in crazy looking lace anymore, just because I have accepted the fact that lace is really hard to make look good. Like, not saying lace cannot look good, not saying lace does not look good, but it is hard to make look okay. So that's one of the reasons I did kind of transition over into Marley Twistville. So yeah, that's kind of like where I am at the moment. So before I get into doing my whole head, I just want to show you guys how I go from the first one, because literally the first one and the last one are exactly the same, so you're only gonna need to see one. But yeah, I'm gonna just show you guys how I do this. These are going to be a little bit longer than I normally do. I take about 2 sections of hair per twist, more or less. About 2 of these little lock guys, that's 1, and I have another about 2 here. Same thickness, same density, same all that. Gonna crack open the beeswax and have the soaking milk nearby. So I did pre-part just to make the filming part easier, but I literally am just taking that out like this. It's already in 2 good sections for me, but you're gonna break yours in half. I'm just gonna coat my ends with a little bit of the conditioning milk, maybe even the tiniest little pump of conditioner if my ends are really dry, which they kind of are. I might hit this with a blow dryer a little bit, but I'm just gonna take it and really warm it up in my fingers. I just really lightly want my fingers coated, so I'm just warming it up in the palms of my hands until my fingers are pretty coated with beeswax. As you guys can see, it's a very thin layer, not thick at all. Take the hair like this, and you're gonna wrap it. You're gonna wrap it towards your face, pull it away, towards your face, away, towards your face, away. And you're just doing that the whole time. Never ever pulling on your hair during this process. You're mostly just doing this kind of like wrapping motion all the way down. So I'm showing you guys here. You're going towards your face, wrapping, towards your face, wrapping, twisting your wrist towards your face and wrapping. That's literally it. And if you want your twist long like me, You're gonna add another piece of hair right into this part right here. So just keep going towards your face, wrapping all the way down. Okay, so I have my Marley twists at the desired length. They're pretty long this time, which I absolutely love. I kind of want to do them even longer, but I feel like they would just get in the way, so I'm not gonna. But here's how I typically end mine. You're gonna take the two sections of hair. As you guys can see, I didn't braid all the way to the very end. So you're literally gonna take it like that. Put it through here, wrap, grab, pinch. Do it again. Na 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 na. That's it. And that is how you close off a Marley twist, or at least how I do. And then you're gonna have this little dangly piece at the bottom. Cut it to there. Might have to do that again. I'm gonna cut it a little bit too short. You can also burn them, but I think that's kind of overkill. So that's the way you close it off. That's what it looks like closed off. You can also put beads on this, whatever you want to do. This is what it looks like from the back. I know the parting probably isn't the best thing you've seen today, but that's fine. I don't really need it to be. Quick interruption from my twisting process. This twist is about to be done, but I can tell it's not going to be long enough. So there is a little pack that I cut in half to put at the ends of those types of twists if I know that they're not going to be long enough. I just wanted to interrupt and say that real quick. Guys, it's about like hour and a half later, and I'm halfway done. This is going a lot slower than I normally do my twists, just because I want them to look a little bit better for the video. This side, as you guys can see, is coming out really neat. This side, I don't know why. I think it's just because it's my right side and it's like awkward with my dominant hand, but it doesn't, this side never really looks as good as this side, so yeah. Alrighty, so as you can see, I am almost completely done outside of this one twist. As you guys can see with my scalp, I don't make these perfect by any means. I make them nice and presentable, obviously, but perfection in the parting and the top being slick, that is never ever my main priority when doing the style. So once again, we're taking the Mari's beeswax, warming it up in the fingers. I've been only putting it on this hand most of the time. And then I'll just, not slick, but I'll run it through my hair. Okay, and then I have my hair in two sections like this. And then you're taking your piece of hair, putting it between those two sections in the middle. And you're going to twist this way, and then you're twisting that way on the other one. So that way when you twist them together, you can keep twisting away from your face. And I'm also just making sure to not twist any loose hairs into each other, making sure the twist tight enough to where it's secure and it's not gonna come out anytime soon, but twisting loose enough that it's not really harsh on my scalp or anything like that. If I ever do get to a point to where I'm pulling on my hair, I let my hair go and do the twist over again. That's one thing I definitely learned about this style, is that tightness to your scalp should not be the goal when you're installing it. So you're going to get to about here on the twist, and this is where my natural hair, you can start to see a lot less of it. So I go ahead and I get a little bit more beeswax, a little bit more. I get a little bit more beeswax, warm it up again to where it's like a kind of like a paste consistency. I'm gonna go ahead and take this piece of hair, not too big, and I'm just kind of doing the same thing I did on top. So I'm taking the two sections of hair here, and I'm just putting the hair right there in the middle, and I twist and I twist, okay? You are twisting them the same direction as each other, but it's going to feel like you're twisting them in opposite directions. I promise you, you are not. Sometimes you might have to rake the hair as well, and sometimes hair will come out, but that's okay. I'm just gonna keep twisting downward. On some of these, I had to add hair twice. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need to do that with this one, just so it meets the length of the rest of the hair. I'm just gonna keep twisting and twisting, rotating and twisting, rotate and twist, rotate, twist, rotate, twist. If you just twist, the style is not going to last that long, and it's also going to unravel. So you want to make sure you're really getting a good rotation in to your hair every time. Okay, I think, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to add more hair. So I take another piece, do the exact same thing. And I would rather add too much hair to a twist and have to cut it than not have enough and have one weird short twist. But that's just a personal preference. So you're gonna keep going. I'll move these out of the way so you guys can see.
You're gonna keep going and you're gonna rake through as you go. You wanna keep the sections pretty even, and this is a style where after you pass your natural hair, I'm not going to say it's okay to share hair between the two halves, but I will say it's the most important thing to keep the sections even. So either add hair or share hair from each side to keep it even. I will say the more you share hair between the sides, the messier the twist will be, but as you guys can see, I don't really mind a crinkly, messy twist. I think it kind of adds a little bit of character to the hair, to be honest. I think it kind of looks cool. So also, after these get old, I put jewelry in them, and I really love that stage as well. I think it's really, really cool. And I just want to give you a little live demonstration of what my fingers are doing as I'm twisting. And when you get down to this part here, I don't really rotate so much because the rotation doesn't really do that much, the skinnier the hair is. And as you guys can see, this side is a little bit thicker than this side, so what I'll do is I'll just take a little tiny bit from the other side and share the hair. That's what sharing the hair is. You don't want to do that too much, but I felt the sides slowly starting to not become even. So I just shared a little bit of hair for that at the end, even though I have hair left. This is typically what happens when you add hair, is sometimes it'll be too long. So here, I will show you guys what to do when you add a little bit too much hair. I will say I use basically exactly 2 packs of hair to do these long Marley twists. I bought 4. I knew I wasn't going to do all 4, but I was expecting it to be about that much. But I had 1 pack, and I used the entirety of a pack, and then I used about 75% of the other pack. As you guys can see, I have like a little bit left back there, but I did it around the same width
as my other ones. maybe twist her a little bit farther down. And then I take it and I put my fingers through the 2 loops. And then I take it and I literally rotate this hand over here. I rotate it this way, and then I take my pointer and give that little piece of hair to the loop, and then I pull it real taut. And then I'll do that one more time, but I separate the hair again into different sections, so I'm not twisting on top of the same exact knot, and I literally do the same thing. So I'll twist it around like this to where I'm literally just making a slip knot. If you guys don't know how to do a slip knot, I promise you probably do, but just watch that part over again and I promise you'll get it. So now we have about 3 knots securing this at the bottom, so I know it's not coming out. And then I just cut it, not directly at the length, but whatever looks the most natural. And then I'll just go in and point cut on this. And then taking another little glob of beeswax, I'll literally just beeswax the bottom. If it needs it, of course. This one did. But I'll beeswax the bottom. And then that's it. Currently about like, I would say about like 2-3 o'clock right now. I honestly started maybe at like noon. This is my last step. I literally just spray my scalp. And then you spray your hands. Rub them. Run it through. And I just think this adds a good amount of oil, a good amount of moisture to your hair. And I will answer some questions about my Marley twist as well, real quick. Let me go grab my iPad so we can do that. Alright, so I have my TikTok pulled up right here. This is the TikTok in question. These are my Marley twist. People are asking questions about them in the comments, and I will read and reply to some of these comments real fast. So we have a comment from Ella on TikTok, and she asked, does this feel drying on your real or natural hair? No, it does not feel drying on my hair at all. I do oil my hair with this style-in, as well as slightly mist it with oil sheen and rice water, so I do not allow my hair to get dry in this style. But I will say the Marley twist does not contribute or benefit from my hair being dry. It's really just the natural state of my hair. My hair holds on to moisture pretty well, so I don't really have a problem with that much. V asks, is this good for the water? I'm deciding whether to do braids or twists for vacation. I will say braids are definitely better than this style for the water. This style I have gone on a cruise with this style before and it looked completely fine after getting back. That was one of the first times I did this style, however, and some were a little bit looser, and that's the only thing I kind of dealt with because I added the hair too far down. Now I add it at the root and I just keep it going. So I feel like if you're doing it with the method I just showed you, you should be fine. I have went to the beach with this style. I've gone swimming with this style after updating the way I do it, and it's perfectly fine for the beach. But I will say, like I said, replying to that comment on TikTok, box braids are better than this style for water and vacation and all of that. Even though this style is super cute, if you are going to specifically go swim or things like that, I would recommend doing Marley braids or the curly braids, passion braids as well. Any type of braid that does not require you straightening your hair and putting excess gel on it, that's what I would recommend. there was a couple people asking for a tutorial. That's what this is. Somebody said 2 hours, mine takes 6, and in the reply to that I said I free part. I do. This time I didn't free part so much. It was kind of planned out, even though I did it with my fingers. I don't consider that free parting. What I normally do to make the process go 2 hours is I grab and go, just because I have learned so much from doing box braids on myself. I can just kind of feel it out at this point. But obviously for the tutorial I did do a little bit better parting action. A lot of people are asking me the hair I use. I'll go get it real quick. All of these answers are also in the comments of the TikTok as well. This is the exact hair I use. You guys should probably screenshot this. This is the exact hair I use. It is the Human Hair Feel Marley style from Janet, and it is the 6X Afro twist braid. It is a huge pack. I use 2 packs of that, and I can get like butt crack length Marley twists off of that. That's about it. That was all the comments or questions that I got about my hair that I feel like I should probably answer just because people are asking. So yeah, that is how I do my hair.